Welcome back, Pandas. Today's tutorial is for teachers. Teachers, today I'm going to show you how to make a Nearpod lesson. So in order to get started, let's go ahead and search Nearpod on Google. And then after we search, we're going to use the first link that comes up with the login feature. We're going to go to the login page, and if you're a teacher that's already got an account, very simple, go ahead and log in. If not, you see this little button right here says sign up. You can click sign up, follow the on-screen instructions, and you will be brought into your account. Now, if you don't have an account, it will take a minute to be connected to the school library and to the school lessons. And you will also need to get permission. And the way that you do this is you click down here on this little button, you click New Conversation, and you let them know, hey, my name is such and such, Jeffrey Stevens. I'm a teacher at Brookview Elementary. Here's my email address for Brookview, stevensja1@boltonschools.org. And from there, you let them know that you need to be added to the Brookview teacher version. There's an educator's version of Nearpod that allows you access to a massive library of pre-made lessons. And these are all ready to go and sorted by standards. So you can see over here on the left, there's a lot of different standards to choose from. You can choose from the Common Core state standards for math or for ELA for different grade levels. In my case, second grade. Excuse me, that was a bug. Wow, it just got right up in my face. All right, so you can, like I said, you can search by standard. And here's your strand where you can actually look for the individual standard you're trying to find. G2, yes, there's G2. We did our rows and columns together, and in order to do that, what you had to do was come down here and click share and send that to all your teammates so that they can push it out to their to their classes. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to go back to the library for the moment. I've already started a lesson, and I did this last year. This is a 5th grade lesson because I don't want to mess with my 2nd grade lessons right now for the tutorial. So what I would do here is I would click the edit button. Now if you're creating a brand new one, you would come up here and you would click the create button. For today's purposes, I'm just going to show you how to edit. And really, I mean, all you got to do is create lesson in Nearpod, and you can do exactly the same steps from there. So I'm going to go ahead and click edit on this lesson that I'm starting today. It says volume is the subject. Here's the standard. And then it's got 4 basic slides that I prepared last year. The first slide you're going to see, all I did was click add slide. That's the same part as you would see in the create a new Nearpod. So you'd create this slide, and in order to edit, you're going to have to double click on it. So you see I've double clicked on it. It makes it large. I can sit here and I can actually edit. Notice I made a few mistakes. It's got right here, formula to find volume is length times width height. No, length times width times height is volume. This whole page is ready to go. For me, as a 2nd grade teacher, if I throw a slide like this out there, am I really going to expect all of my students to be able to read this with 100% accuracy? Absolutely not. So what I did was I actually came down and I created a recording. So you click down here and you see there's an audio button. And these days now you can actually add an audio file from your computer that you've already pre-recorded, or you can go ahead and just start a recording right now. Watch this. I'm going to record exactly what I'm saying. Here we go. Allow, and let's begin the recording. I would click save if I'm done, but I'm not done, am I? Because I guarantee you I got some mistakes there. Let me click play.
Volume, the amount of space that something takes up. How can I...
Did you notice that at the beginning I forgot to start it after I finished talking? I'm going to want to go back and re-record this, right? So if I wanted to go back and re-record this, I would click the delete button, and then I'd begin my recording again. Let's just say that I finished it correctly. Click save, it's uploading. Once it finishes uploading, then when we actually do the preview later, it should play automatically when the slide comes up. Alright, here we go. So let's save and exit to save that in our slide. Here's a web content tile. So for this slide right here, what I did is I created a new slide and I said I wanted to embed a video. So in order to do that, it asked me, well, what is the website that you want? Well, I went over to YouTube and there's YouTube, sorry, and I searched for a video that I really found that was good for volume, and then I typed it in. Well, sometimes the links don't work, right? So let's just double check and make sure that this link works. Great, it pulls up the video. And you can see that this video right here, and I'm going to turn the volume way down. This video right here is all about volume. So that's great. This is exactly what we're looking for. It's got somebody in the background narrating everything as they go.
So it's pretty comprehensive. It's talking about a juice box, right? A carton. So that's something relatable. And then it goes a little bit further and it starts asking some questions later on in the video. I'm going to go ahead and stop this here.
All right, so our video content is ready to go. We've inserted the link, and that's as simple as it is for that particular slide. You can click Save. You'll wait for it to upload, and then when it's done uploading, you go on to your next slide. Ah, there we go. That was a long time. All right, so then we would click Add Slide again. We would get our new slide. Here's this one right here. Now, I followed the kind of examples that I was given in some of the Nearpod libraries before, and I went ahead and put in a Now It's Time to Practice page. You can organize these however you want, by the way, and you can get a different background if you want, or cancel, or upload from your own computer. I'm going to cancel this for right now and not do that. But if I wanted to choose a picture, I could directly take it from my computer and put it up in the background. So if you wanted something to do with volume, for instance, you could put it up there. You can also add all this text in there with different tiles. So you can do all one element right here. You could do the one that I had, which I think works almost the best because it kind of highlights that this is the title and what's going on this page. You can do one of the tiles where it's got this, it's got your text, and then you can give another example. Like I said before, you can drop a picture in as well. Now, the original for the background, that would literally be the whole page, right, would be the background. But for this one right here, the picture would only appear in this tile. And then going to 4 elements. Now this is if you've got several examples to show and you need them to be able to read this right here. Again, click that audio button, audio recorder, and start recording as you read. It makes it a lot easier on these kids. So I'm going to discard those changes because I actually like the tiles that I had. Yes. And I'm going to go right on back, and here is the activity that I gave them. This is from the iReady workbooks. Now, if you were to click on this, how does it pull it up? As an actual PDF. Now, the way Mr. Douglas has this set up is he has his generic setup, right? And this is pretty much what it looks like. Then every time that he's going to create a new assignment, he'll go back in, change the instructions, or change the PDF, and he's ready to go for the next lesson. Everything else was the same because all week long, what's it about? It's about volume. And in his example before, it was about reading. So he showed us where he would take all the same instructions, and then he would put a PDF from ReadWorks in with a text that he would add the sound to and make it so that the students could read along with him and then answer the questions at the end. Now, where are the kids going to put their answers for this, you might ask? Well, that's the last thing I'm going to show you here. I'm going to click Add a Slide, and I'm going to click Add an Activity. This is the first time you've actually seen me use this little section right here. Add content. There were different ways to do this before. Open-ended questions, flip grids, and so on. I'm not going to go into all of that today. You can explore that, and I will explore that a little bit more and put up maybe another tutorial that goes more in-depth. But this is very basic, something where you can really easily upload your own Nearpods. So again, add activity is where I'm going to go with this. And then let's see, we are going to go to open-ended question. So in order to add our questions, now we're going to make sure that our instructions for their entry are up here. I want my students to enter their answers by typing them into the box below. I'll put the space below because I don't even know that there's going to be a box. There we go. So then we would have our save, and you ready to preview to see what it looks like? Let's click save, and oh well, we can go ahead and preview. We'll preview from here. That's fine. I want my students to answer their questions by typing them into the space below. Perfect. That's what I wanted to see, right? How about this one over here? I wanted them to see the PDF. Great. Now it's time to practice. In the next section, find a PDF document. Maybe I want to change that. That one right there, telling my students that they're going to find a PDF document, does that matter? How about in the next section, you will see a worksheet? That makes sense to them, right? That's something that we talk about. We don't talk about PDF documents with them all the time. So maybe I realize I need to make a little bit of a change here, right? And so let me see here. Yeah. All right, my button was a little covered up. So now I would just click this X, and it takes me right back to that screen where I can edit that document right there and change that from saying in the next section we'll find a PDF. Instead, in the next section you will find a worksheet with examples and questions for you to answer. Oops. Use your journal to show your work. Post your answer as a response. So again, this post your answer as a response, that's referencing the final tab that I put on there, right? Okay, so ready to go. There's your open-ended question again. Our open-ended question was what? Type your answers below. So where are their questions? Their questions are in this PDF. There are definitely a lot of different ways that you could do this. You could screenshot this right here, and then you would take your picture and upload it into the document. So you would add a slide, you'd say add content, and then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to add your picture. Is it just slide now? Okay, let's add a slide. All right, so I would take page 1 of the worksheet, and I'm going to go ahead and upload it into here. Now, in order to upload it into here, I'm going to have to create a file to upload it from. So I would go to Paint. I've already got my screenshot, right? So I'm going to right-click, click Paste, and then click Crop. It's ready to go. So now I save this on the desktop as page 1. Save, and I can downsize that window and upload the file. Page 1, and upload, and see, there's our page. Now we can make it a little bit smaller, we can make it a little bit larger. Kids will be able to do the same. They'll be able to look at everything, and then we save and exit. You can move these around as well. So when you move them around, you can add a page with questions. Right here is where they would enter their answers, followed by another slide. Again, add content, slide for your picture. You'd say this is page 2. I'm not going to enter any pages at the moment because I didn't take any more pictures. So there's your page 2, and it's kind of ready to go. You could have the PDF at the beginning already, embedded in the Nearpod, or you could just keep that to yourself, right? So if you don't like that slide being in there, all you got to do is right-click on it and delete. I'm not going to delete that right now. Now, in my case, I thought that this was fine for 5th grade, but last year, maybe not. Maybe I needed to do the reading for this part as well. Well, if you needed to do that, guess what? you've got yourself set up so that you can. Your new slide now has this embedded where you can put the audio file, audio recorder, allow, and start reading when you press the record button, right? So we're going to leave it as is, save and exit, move on. Right over here, they answer their question. You go here, you put in your new picture for the next set, and you read those. You get the idea. So that's a basic tutorial on how to use your Nearpod. When you're done, you click save and exit, and then you can share it with people from the main screen by clicking these three little dots, share, send it out. If you wanted to do what Douglas does and you wanted to make a duplicate and then change the directions, you would duplicate right there, and you can change the directions or the PDF or whatever it is that you have in mind. Thanks for joining me, Pandas. Good luck on your Nearpods.
So let me just give it a second.
Where's my button? I lost my button. There it is.